to Beyond Profile Traders. Today is Monday, it's June 20th, and we have the start of a new week after our options expiration, the wild week last week that we saw. Markets are down this morning due to no resolution from the Greece situation, carryover from last week, which again, we said that there was sort of a Band-Aid they had said on Friday they had put on something, and we knew it was a Band-Aid. We didn't see the end of this yet. Let's talk about our markets for a moment here as far as the equities are concerned. They're coming back and retesting some areas from last week. Now, the S&P here is trading down into the 57 area this morning, and the area from overnight is into the tail area from would have been Thursday of last week. You can see where we closed on Friday. We're still kind of focused in on the stage 3 here on the daily. You can see we've come down. We put a bottoming tail in last Thursday. Friday we didn't close there. This morning we're trading at 1258 right now, down here against these lows, which could in fact be another retest of the Globex lows down here. There's actually a high volume node that's been being built from the overnight session down here, which could, in fact, put a 2x retest where we could go and auction back up to these levels here. And again, the thing that would push us up and out would be obviously some news out of the Eurozone there about Greece, some sort of a resolution that would get us going again off these unfair lows and auction back to the unfair highs. So what we're going to watch for is to see if these can hold this week down in here. This morning, if we can hold the Globex lows, retest of the area, things that maybe don't look so bad. We're into some areas of what I would consider, daily buy zones, because we can continue to play this as long as this unfair low territory holds. The only thing questionable would be still the gap fill. We've been talking about that now for the last week here. 49.75, just call it 50s. If for some reason they wanted to come through and technically shut down that gap, that would still be against the unfair lows for the whole year. Nothing's really changed, because when you look over to the left of the whole value area in January, when we started the whole year, we were really right in this area, just maybe slightly lower. So basically flat on the year, if you will, even though we've rallied higher to 1316 change, and now we're back down here 100 points off those highs. We're still at an area of what we'd consider unfair low territory down here in this balance area. And if for some reason this started to break through this and started gaining some momentum, obviously below the March lows from the tsunami earthquake situation in Japan, then that really kind of opens up the door for a failure of this area, and we start to auction back down a lot lower from these areas. So today I'm going to be watching to see if we can hold in these areas, get a little bit of stability, 2x retest after options expiration. Maybe we get a resolution out of the Greece situation too, even if it's just a Band-Aid. Again, that would help the markets get a pop. And stay nimble. Hopefully we won't have to deal with the volatility that we saw last week with the options expiration going out. But this week we've got news coming out, such as at the FOMC meeting this week. Tuesday that begins, then Wednesday they actually have the announcement, which is at 12:30. As remember, they've bumped it up now, and Ben will always have a press conference now 4 times a year after they have these, and that's at 2:15. So Wednesday is going to be a busy day. Wednesday will be definitely a day to be safe and trade cautiously. Because we have no idea. Again, some of us are still kind of in the camp that maybe we see some sort of a new sort of a financial package being put together. Might not be called QE3, but in some form of it. And if we hang down here at these lows, what a better place for. We'll have to watch to see if we get accumulation like we did last week. There was that buyer down on the S&P there just grinding away those 2 days, and again he made some good money because it was nearly a 20-point pop when it was all said and done. That's not bad, within a 2-day move. So have to watch to see if he's down there also this week. And the NASDAQ, let's look at that chart real quick because that overshot the areas here. It's the NASDAQ, and if you look at the NASDAQ, it's actually underneath the yearly lows, because here's January right here. So you can see that was up in here. We've actually gone below it. So if this is telling that, but it's still within the value area. If we drew a box around this, we could still say it's inside the value area for the year, because it hadn't gone any lower than that yet right here. As long as it can hold on to these lows from last week. It's also a high volume. This would be really kind of an interesting area to start a rally back up from, considering we're going back into earnings season again. And typically this time of year for technology is out of favor, if you will. but it would be a great time to start buying positions in a down market like this, to start building positions for it to rally back up. So NASDAQ, again, right down at a key level down here, was actually 76s is where it's trading this morning. So it's down right up against these tails here. Really a retest of it, if you will, and actually made a punch through a lower low there, didn't it, at 74. So this is going to be an interesting week. It's at some really key areas, what I'd consider buy lows here. If they can hold these areas, great place to start building long positions for a few months out even. All right, folks, have a good trading day, and we'll see you in the room. And again, this week, FOMC on Wednesday.